What's that quote?
You just so happen to be emotionally stressed all the time.
Yeah.
If you just gain control of all these things outside, naturally your physique just follows.
Yeah.
And it's also
And you feel
like,
fucking boss.
you know, someone can be in a body that somebody else deems like nice or desirable or whatever, and still not be happy because they still haven't done the inside work, or they've got to that position through like bad means. Like for example, like the first time that like I started like losing weight and stuff, like all well and good for a while, but then it became like a at the very beginning. So we're talking about like 5 or 6 years ago, really, but like it became an obsession. It be like not a good obsession. It became like over exercise and under eating, like even like traits of like binge eating and, you know, teetering on like disordered eating behaviors.
Yeah.
And like I probably looked like the best I'd ever looked to some people because I was like size 6, like skinny, like that was what I'd wanted. That was the goal. That was what I'd wanted. And then when I was there, like that didn't make me happy because obviously like I was doing things that weren't supportive of my body and my life to get there. So that also didn't mean that I was living like the best life, like that, like just because someone might look okay on the outside. Like this is why I hate when you see on social media like people start talking about like a fat loss journey or a gym journey that they've started or whatever it is, and then you'll get people going, but you don't need to go to the gym.
Oh my God.
But you don't need to. You're skinny anyway. Doesn't matter if they're skinny anyway. The point is they're still not happy with it, so something else is wrong. Like it doesn't mean that just because like you're skinny, you're happy. Because I wasn't happy, and I'd say I'm more happy now than I was then. And it's because like now I live my life in accordance to my highest values and what I actually want out of life, and the body follows with that, rather than me constantly trying to be a smaller version of myself. Which is what I ultimately wanted, because I didn't want, and it is to do with the whole like don't take up space. It's like the skinnier I am, the better I'll feel about me, the better I'll feel in clothes, like the better people will look upon me. Like I'll be deemed as attractive because I'm skinny. And that's not what happened, because I didn't find myself attractive at that point.
You were focusing on trying to achieve these external goals
without addressing anything that was inside.
We had this happen this week with one of my clients. Like sent me like two minutes worth of voice notes, having an absolute meltdown because she took
I seen that.
Took progress pictures, and you all, like, we know as coaches, you've looked at that many bodies in fucking underwear that you can just see changes like that as soon as you look at it, can't you?
Other people can't see it.
Other people, like you, especially if you're looking at you. If you look at someone else,
you can see it. Yeah,
because you've got this, like, especially if you don't feel good about yourself, if you don't like you internally, you will look for all of the worst parts of you externally, no matter how good you look. Like when I done that photo shoot with you, morning of the photo shoot, I'm looking at me going, fucking hell, stomach's still fat there. Do you know what I mean? And people would pay a lot of money to look the way I looked on that photo shoot. And I was still in the morning going, fucking hell, should have pulled off more weight around my waist there. Because you do when you're looking at you. So I had that conversation with her. I was like, look at what's going on. Step away from the scales. It was because the measurements were the same. It's been like 4 months and the measurements are exactly the same, give or take like a centimetre. She just had a fucking meltdown. She was like, what the fuck's all this been for? Like, why have I done all this? Why have I put all this effort in? Like, I've got nowhere. I'm fucking useless. Like, went on this really like self-deprecating fucking rant. And I was just like, hang on a minute, mate. Pulled up her
We're not doing this.
Pulled up her app before I even said, see the thing I put on my story and it was like, give your head a wobble. That was me going through her progress pictures and going through like the visual change, but that was the last thing I sent her because I didn't want to focus on her body, because you don't like your body, so let's not focus on that. Like, that's not where we need to focus. I went straight to a training program and was like, the app we use is great. It shows you all the PBs they've had, and it shows you just a long list of all of the gym progress that they've made. And I just pulled that up and I was just like, okay, let's look. And it was like 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th, like every day of the month that she'd been in the gym. PB, new lift, new max volume, new PB, new max volume, new fucking heaviest weightlifters. And I was like, shut the fuck up, mate. Like, so your fucking arms are the same centimetre as they were last time. Like, you've been sending me pictures of the fucking muscles in your back for weeks. And how much more you can see them and how much stronger you are. Look at all of this stuff that you've done. Like, step out of just looking at that and look at like all the other stuff. And then when you put the pictures side by side, One, she took fucking terrible pictures, like in a different room every time, in a different outfit every time.
Yeah.
So I had to go and find two that were, well, to be
Similar.
fair, the newest one and the oldest one were kind of similar, but if you're not good at putting side-by-sides together, you would never have got them together. But I put enough side-by-sides together that I can make two,
Make it work.
two awfully taken photos match up and be shoulder to shoulder and waist to waist. I was like, fucking hang on, moving it around. I was like, fucking come on, that one head's too big. Like doing like, remember how finicky we had to be in the first gym we ever worked at?
Yeah.
Like doing that for ages. And then put them side by side and I was like, mate, you look fucking completely different.
Yeah.
Like, look at you. Look at you. I was like, I just put the thing, I was like, look at you. Like, that's two completely different fucking people.
And it's probably cause as well, like she's obviously, I know on your program they do like focus on like habit building and stuff like that, and she's probably just got a little bit of like inner work to still do, as we all do.
The problem, I think, for her with that is that we don't focus on photos and we don't focus on measurements. Like, they're not the focal point of a check-in every week.
Yeah.
I just get them to do it because it's a marker for
Of
me to
progress,
track
yeah.
that, like, if your weight's not coming down and the goal's fat loss, well, we need to make some changes. So I need to know.
Yeah, you need to know.
I need to know these
yeah.
metrics, but it's not like we're not checking in every week to be like, well done, your legs have come down 2 centimeters, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well done, you've trained really hard. It's all the other stuff around that, and then obviously trying to get them to reach their goals as well.
Yeah.
But like focusing on the other stuff, because when you do focus on just the pictures, just the measurements, you get meltdowns every single fucking week.
Yeah.
And it's fucking, it's just shit. So then when we did end up actually focusing on it, because we hadn't looked at it in a while,
You saw all the changes. That were there.
I'd seen all the changes, but she didn't. And then that was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Because for weeks and weeks and weeks, she's been like smashing this.
Yeah, and then
Looking at the numbers, I'm
one
getting
thing tripped her
stronger.
up.
I'm fucking getting faster. I'm getting fitter. Like my resting heart rate's coming down. All
And
this
that's
kind of
another one,
stuff.
innit? Like you're getting stronger, your resting heart rate's coming down. Like you are, okay. Like you might not be at the body that you want to be at yet, like, which is fine, because like there's, we've got time to work on that. Like that's fine. And obviously she wants a result, she'll get it. But it's like, look, like you're increasing the longevity of your life. Like your resting heart rates come down. Like you're fitter. Like you're able to do more stuff. You move around better. Like maybe you're in less pain. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's all
She
of
can
these
go out
things.
and eat food without feeling anxious on a night out now. She wouldn't eat before if she went on a night out because she couldn't track the calories. She didn't know who made the food. And I was like, do you not think that that's more important than like having abs? Like you can eat out now.
Without panicking.
You can
about
go
it,
to a restaurant and just eat food and enjoy yourself and have a nice time.
As we know, like if you want a certain result and like you're hell bent on fat loss, like again, which is fine. Most of my like girls are fat loss clients. I have the odd muscle build girl, or I have somebody who's done fat loss with me and then decided that they want to move it like towards building a little bit of muscle or whatever it is. But initially, most of my clients come to me for fat loss. But that's not just what they get, you know what I mean? Like it's not just about that for me. So
that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that's what
so they come for fat loss, they stay for the meditation. But like they come for fat loss, which is great. But like you have to make sacrifices to get to where you want to be. We all know this, calorie deficit. We all get that. And eating out. Yeah, exactly. We've been James Smith, and he explained it 50,000 times. But yeah, like you don't. We know that, like, we know going out on nights out, like, isn't ideal if you want to lose fat every week. We know that, like, eating food that you've prepared where necessary is better if you've prepared it, you know what's in it, blah, 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 blah. We know all that. But, like, for certain people, like, it's getting them out of the habit of being, like, that restrictive in mindset that they can never go out for a meal. They can never eat something that someone else has cooked. They think that that's the only way to achieve fat loss. And it's like, no, like, going out, like once every 2 weeks, like, for a little meal, like with your partner or something, like we can manage around that. Like we can work around those things. Like we don't need to be scared about doing it. But there's a lot of people who've gotten into the mindset of, I think, being scared and anxious, and then that brings up other issues with food and things like that. And like think, a lot of coaches are kind of like, some I think I've got like things to answer for in terms of like people's relationships with food, because like the amount of people I've had come to me from previous other people and just being like, my relationship with food's fucked.
It's in the bin.
And I'm
it's
just like...
it's just